I'm Patrick Walters, and I'm going to show you guys my Texas rig rod and reel setup. You know, everybody loves throwing a Texas rig worm, and what I mean by a Texas rig worm, it's usually a little bit bigger worm, like an old monster, a Magnum trick worm. This is actually a Zoom Z-Crawl, and I'm gonna throw this offshore if I'm dragging in brush piles, if I'm fishing it around grass edges. Sometimes I'll flip it around docks when you just want that little bit bigger profile. And what I do is I typically am gonna throw it on 20 to 17 pound line. If it's really clear water and open water and I'm not really worried about any structure, I will go down to 15, but I do like bigger line for some reason. It doesn't hurt to have it, especially Texas rigs catch big fish, and especially when you're throwing in brush piles. You got to be able to hook that fish and get them back out. And so for that case, I'm gonna throw in longer rods. This is actually the Daiwa 7.4 frog rod. I really love the frog rod. It says frog rod, but it's a great worm rod. It's actually a great jig rod as well. But I'll throw this one, and I'll throw a 7.6 heavy, medium heavy size rod. But I'm throwing a 7.4 heavy. That way you can throw a long cast out there, and you got that backbone to drive that hook, because he might be 25, 30 yards out there, and he's probably 20 feet down. So you have a lot of line out. You have to be able to make that line up and get that hook driven all the way. So 20 to 17 pound fluorocarbon, 7.4 heavy to a 7.6, and I'm throwing it on a faster gear ratio. This is the Daiwa Tetula Elite 7:1 gear ratio. Can't really go wrong. All around great gear ratio. Sometimes I'll throw an 8, but for a Texas rig, can't go wrong with a 7:1. And that is my Texas rig rod and reel setup.